Yeah, an entry certainly would help immensely in this instance. Now we are going to have to hold on a little bit and see the B push is coming through Monster with 4 players entering the site itself in water on backside behind the box, and then Graffiti, 3 players holding, don't make it, just 2. Supra is able to get the first. The pop flash from Scrunk helps out Cressy immensely. The hat trick already. Cressy and Scrunk. That looked way too easy to begin with as aTTaX point of Gambit youngsters. There is going to be Slacks with the up on long, but there's 2 players covering the corner. Cressy loses his duel. Slacks still, just as the smoke blooms, he peeks out, gets the shot the second as Supra walks in through short. Shiro and Intas, they know what they have to do now. There's no choice but to pull back.
He just comes in guns blazing from round 1, usually pretty much every time. So we'll see if they can keep this up. We'll see if Gambit youngsters can recover anything in the 1-on-2 with only 8 seconds and actually try and get that bomb planted. It does seem near impossible, and
right?
yeah, minimalistic would mean it's something that's kept simple, but I don't know, maybe that work.
Yeah, I guess in that case would be correct.
All right.
Well, what's not
That's how it's been going so far.
Or minimalistic? How are they handling this? Well, the answer, not too well. Cressy ready for the boost. Oh my. This is now starting to really get out of hand, and Shiro, he shot 2 bullets, and that's it. You know, oh my, this is... I did not expect this, not by one bit. I am a little bit perplexed and quite concerned.
Привет, друзья, это Docent. Нахожусь на сайте NightDrop. Давайте откроем какой-то кейсик. Здесь их, кстати, очень много. Ну, выберу я, пожалуй, запрещенное. Стоит он не так уж и дорого. Всего лишь 125 рублей. Ну а пока что кейсик открывается, я напомню, что у меня есть промокод Docent 2, который даст вам плюс 30% при пополнении баланса. Отлично, мне выпал дигл за 1000 рублей. Ну а так как я не особо люблю играть с диглом, я перейду в апгрейд и обменяю его, например, на вот такой вот калаш, аквамариновая месть. Шанс у меня 65%, довольно-таки много. Ссылочку на сайт я оставил в описании.
They are just like they are so good right now. This is so good. It's amazing. Stefan finds one, but Intas with the beat push. They seem to have found a little bit of purchase and might actually succeed.
Yeah, definitely one of the better early situations they found with these trades, at least coming in on B, but it's still just a 3-on-3. I mean, it's just the fact that they don't have the man disadvantage that does bring positivity to the situation. I was about to say they did go ahead and actually snatch that away on the Gambit youngsters side, but quickly being returned on. Still a player in that pit that they need to worry about, as well as, of course, the up in heaven that is to be scared of, that is to be feared right now, and it is actually the sole defender that remains. Slacks, he's already dropped one, he's got 1 to go. It's Axile who goes up on top of the bomb site, and actually he will be able to follow up with another kill. He was so low.
Second shot comes in. Now luckily for Intas, he pulled back just in the nick of time. As Slacks is watching short, Mirbit trying to cover the corner. It's Stefani to actually take him down. Finally a little bit of an opening here, and Gambit, a team kill, no! Don't tell me that is what breaks you, Gambit youngsters, no! A 1-on-2 clutch round, Nefani. He is going to be able to plant on B unobstructed and unchecked. This is perfect. aTTaX, they have to now snuff him out. And Nefani, the IGL, if there's anybody who can play, this is definitely him. He's ready for the second, but can't win the engagement. Stefan.
More successful. Again, Gambit youngsters, we've seen this before. Good play flashes to give them the ability, at least, to get up towards the bomb site. And this time, actually finding the opening kill. It's going to be Super who kicks things off. And as we can see now, Slacks in a position on long where he could be in trouble. And indeed, Inter's coming in from behind, playing the headshot angle from the rock. Will get rid of the op. And this is looking like Gambit youngsters will finally be able to get around on the board. If somehow Stefan and Scrunk pull this back, I will cry for the Gambit youngsters, not gonna lie. They won't even have to do it themselves. I'd be doing it for them at that point. Oh no, Stefan is doing it. Scrunk gonna be able to nearly get one, and we even seen the damage done to Super. That was very scary for a moment. You're not going into Inferno having not won a single round like it was looking a moment ago. You try and find some positives. It can happen. They can reset mentally, I'm sure, but for now, they are focused fully on the second half and focused fully on fighting around Connector with 3 players. This is a very risky setup against blocks, but it looks like they might be able to work it at least initially. The trades do come back from Axile, and yeah, the second is so big. That allows now for him to actually wrap back around in through B, and they still have Shiro even pushed up on mid. He does not care.
But aTTaX will abuse the fact that the banana is clear, and they will go straight for the A take. Oh, that nade. Ouch, that could have done some serious damage. And here comes the commitment.
blinded pretty much until they're on top of him, unfortunately. So there wasn't a lot to be done by aTTaX and Shiro. He's only able to find the one over on the bomb, from long side rather, on towards the bomb site. So Alternative got themselves the man advantage. They've got the bomb down. They've pushed in towards Bank, and all I can say is stunks with that aggression, because they've gone ahead and brought it into the 3-on-1. Losing this round is a pretty goddamn big mistake. This could unfortunately be the end of it if Gambit youngsters aren't able to do something back in this following round, or if Inters, of course, isn't able to save it right now. He's done some pretty good damage. There's a player up close that I was going to say perhaps he could find, but Mirbit just tucked in against the smoke, allows for Cressy to take the first point of contact, and he would have had the backstab either way. So
Monster going to be taken over. A lot of nades being thrown in. That could be successfully finding at least a bit of damage. Unfortunately, it doesn't connect on more than Slacks, and in this case already the frags come through as well. Shiro in heaven, they know he's tucked away in that top position. Smoked off. Now he has to go on the offensive, and there you have it. 16-3, alternate attacks. I can only say that I hope they transfer this quality to Inferno, at least this performance, because at this point, this should be an easy 2-0 if they play like this.
Alternate started moving the B as Gambit were backing down Banana, but then everyone went back to their initial positions, and it ends up just still being Scrunk on B right now to try and actually hold down. Honestly, with the ridiculous amount of nades that I've noticed alternate attacks have, which they didn't notice before, they just need to play for the retake.
I mean, they will try to do so, but losing one player already is going to be a problem. Molotov going to go into dark. Intes finds himself one more. That's Scrunk, and yeah, that Molly not really going to be too helpful, is it now? And Slacks, sure enough, he finds himself one. That's the flank cleared out. But having to deal with two players in pool, one in second box and one in ruins, it's a bit much to ask even from a player like Mirbit or Slacks. And there we go, the pistol going to Gambit youngsters and break his stride. And we do see Banana supposed to be contested full this time around, coming through a smoke and flash fully. Exile and Stefan were the ones to support that, as Scrunk finds both. And in the end, Stefan veers off the corner again, with Scrunk already damaging Exile beforehand, allowing for control of Banana to be kept in the hands of aTTaX. Supra, though.
We'll see. 30 seconds remaining. A smoke now going down towards the spawn. A molly in towards construction. And as you can see, just hiding in towards the back of the bomb site for Stefan. The goal is to stay alive as long as possible. Try and play around that bomb site. And perfectly played. Manages to avoid being spotted. And then, of course, with that, is able to just pop out and deny the bomb plant.
Oh, the Molotov's going to burn out before the T's can see it. That means they'll check the corner still. Well, it doesn't matter, though. Mirbit goes out wide, takes out Nafani. And there's a bit of a runaway by Mirbit as the train has left the station. Cressy's blinded, gets one still, though. And all of a sudden, we are in a 4-on-3 scenario. The third player's already rotated off of B. Slacks lightning fast reflex. And the double up might not even come into play just yet. Stefan has yet to shoot the shot as Slacks keeps on piling them up.
Yeah, he just cannot be stopped. He's firing off on all cylinders again here now on Inferno, and although he does eventually fall.
And, well, once again, it's going to be aggressiveness by aTTaX, and this time down middle. It's very risky to be pulling it like this. Pop flash deep. Oh, Mirbit, I'm not sure he was spotted. No, he wasn't. Slacks takes down Supra as well in second middle. And all of a sudden, the reply has to be imminent. No. Shiro misses his chance. The smoke blocks them in pit. And look at the map control that aTTaX have just achieved.
Very, very awkward. This is not the Gambit youngsters that really we are usually prepared for coming into these matchups. I think we were all expecting more. They were probably expecting more from themselves. It doesn't seem to be their day at the moment, at least not so far. It can flip at any moment. The switch can just turn on. Yeah,
although,
based on the conditions, maybe. Oh,
it is.
Oh, good trades. Okay, this didn't look like it was really going their way at all, considering the players up close around pit. They were able to find a couple of frags before they did fall. But yeah, great trades coming in. And Shiro, he's not going to be missing this time around away pretty soon. He's actually going to go forward. Shiro, up close on the bomb site, wasn't initially watching the angle, and he wasn't.
No way, he knows.
As the shots come in, looking for the head. There's not many bullets left. There was only one, but it is plenty in this situation.
Well, unlooked for. You know that things are going to be taking a while. Turn Shiro this time around. He's angry. He's mad. Thank you for showing us what you can do. Although running into a dead crosser like that, yeah, that's a little bit different. And Cressy's going to try and be the hero. Unfortunately, he is the zero in this case. And it is going to be Gambit youngsters that's achieved.
I mean, it's At this point, honestly, not all too likely, but they have all that money, so with only one round left, they obviously are going to go for it. If they can even get a few kills, taking out 2 of these T's, it could slightly limit the reinvestment for Gambit youngsters in the final round and a half, but it's not allowed. Oh, this is going to be awkward. Actually, both players looking to push into the smoke, hugging each other, and eventually Scrunk getting a bit too violent for Inter's liking, but he won't really be able to do anything about it until the next half now, because he's been taken out of this round, and see, they still want to get this banana control, going through kind of one by one right there, even without a flash, I believe, taking the gamble to try and play contact. They do at least get the trade, but it's just so costly for them to even try and get the control at the bomb.
The execution comes on through. A lot of damage though, already 1 nade, bringing them down a notch, and a collateral by Stefan. And I'm sorry I ever doubted you, my friend.
Yeah, in towards quad, the flashes in from both sides, I believe, end up slightly slowing the push, but unfortunately not enough, because Supra, the second he gets spotted, the Glocks just decimate him. Full sprint, and yeah, now it's a 5-on-4. They've even left a player behind to actually hold that banana flank. I was going to say, I believe Slack's at a P250 had, because of course at this point he has been dropped, and now it is all onto Stefan. He had a big clutch there in the previous half, but a 1-on-3 while trapped in that pool is just way too much to ask of him.
He's still alive even.
Ooh, so much damage done by the molly, and obviously forcing the assistance back. It didn't initially allow for any trades to be available for Gambit youngsters, but
still, this angle is a very dead end. So if you miss your shots, if you get shut out, your teammate all of a sudden is in a dire problematic position. Luckily, Exile wins both duels against the players coming from long, and in the end, Inters
Beacon, he did hear the drop down, I would imagine, decides he is going to take the Beacon with the flash and finds 2, and immediately falls back away again. Good.
We'll find out soon enough if that's going to be working out. aTTaX, here comes the push. All 3 players converging onto B side and pull. It's going to be Cressy. Did they check first box? Well, the answer is not really, although wait a second. Somehow they still get the drop on Nafani, as Supra is going to be caught in 3 pull as well. The spray through the smoke. They know Shiro is there. Pulls out the Glock even. Cressy ready to fight tooth and nail. The bomb planted in a 3-on-3 retake. Slacks. Draws a close one. The short stick, though, not enough. And he gets the kill on Exile as well, even. Just do damage to the economy of aTTaX, and that's it. And if he can find a kill, yes, he does. He even picks up an AK. Though time has ran out for him.
Line is so close within reach, it can be difficult to keep on going mentally, but I hope that right now Gambit youngsters can, and it seems like indeed they are going to be able to, because that aggression,
Yeah, it didn't work out as well as planned, and here come the smoke into triple. Nafani's going to be holding the line, close range. Supra getting caught, though. And where's the rotation? The rotation's so slow. They know there's a player in triple. They know of him, and of course Nafani has no way out. Now, in this instance, Gambit youngsters still have 2 kits, and there's a player coming in through Banana itself. So if they're able to... Shiro's able to find a frag. He gets 1. That might still not be enough, but that's the one that they needed at the very least. GY, 2v2 retake. And both going to be approaching from ruins. Not that I dislike it, but it's definitely going to be dangerous. And Mirbit, he already has the info now. He already knows, okay, both coming in from ruins. Let's do this. Crossfire being set. Slacks will lose as the first. But Mirbit, he's going to play the time. He does not need to risk his life nor his position for this. Defusal not happening. He hears the shot. Now he just has to wait for it to be clicked at again. And well, of course, he pays no mind for the first half of this second map. And sure, 4-1 is good, but losing the half to 5-10 still kind of takes you away a little bit. Okay, Mirbit, that was a little bit weird. Okay, this is a eco win. Well, yeah, I think it is. Yes, it will be.
Yes.
Wow. Let's find out how they deal with this A push. Cressy's going to be coming out of apps alongside Scrunk. They're going to be trying to make sure that this works, or at least they're going to be trying to make this one work. Oh, the timing here. Intez needs to stay alive. He will see 1 on short. Can't actually get the kill. Exile secures the frag, though he's about to be pushed from 2 angles separately. And he is now isolated on site. His head is in danger, and he cannot find a single frag at all. Gambit youngsters, not only do they... not only do they lose the site, but they lose the round alongside it.
They need to pick up the pace. They need to start getting more convincing
No way.
round wins.
They
And
just
yeah,
keep on
this
pushing.
control. They got kind of filtered away from the actual long wrap itself, so have taken it through Arch instead, which does look like it's not going to work out too well for them, considering Shiro's there with the op. Eventually,
he just got
he will be
surprised.
overcome, but as you said, caught off guard by that player who was up close, wasn't quite prepared for it, and at this point now to try it back and forth, eventually leading to Slacks being alone in a 1-on-3. And the bomb, unfortunately, it's in towards Arch as well. I think they know that, I would imagine so.
They saw it drop, yeah, I'm fairly certain. The lucky part is that they know where Slack is hiding, and second shot missed as well. Slack.
Yeah, it's going to try and swarm that bomb site as quick as possibly, and it is Axel who's going to be just in towards Graves. There's a player then on the bomb site who, of course, will take the first point in contact, or at least they thought that was the plan. And he does eventually pop up, as does Axel in towards the Grave, and indeed combining. It really is looking like that overtime is becoming more and more likely, as Shiro, a dangerous peak for sure considering what they're up against, but he just does not care. The Eagle even comes out, getting himself one alongside some damage before going down, and this is just a cleanup from Gambit youngsters. It looks like indeed overtime going to be needed.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it's not going to go as poorly as one imagined, although Supra finds one. Nafani holds the line in the second box. Supra going to be locked out, Nafani equally so. But the damage dealt is quite severe as it is, and it allows for a bit of a better... Time is ticking ever faster, so there's a good chance this could go wildly wrong for the CTs as Slacks is holding from Ruins. And time is truly picking apart, taking apart, and there's the one, there's the two, and he's gonna peek into him. No chance as Slacks saves the day with Cressy in tow, tucked away behind a tree.
And even manages to find one kill now. Its alternate attacks are going to be forced to make that commitment happen in towards the A bomb site. Good damage done on towards Inters at least. I was gonna say he's still just able to hide around that smoke, but as his Exile through the smoke gets the kill towards Stefan. Making it 3, I believe, for himself. Slack's taking his time to line up the shot, and yeah, somehow...
His angle is perfect, although Slacks, oh, he will spot a little bit of him, but not soon enough. Shiro saves the day. Gambit youngsters.
Level of CS themselves, so we'll see if they'll be able to close this, if they can take this onto a map number 3, and the opening kills indeed indicate that this may be possible. They're heading up towards map point, unless the remaining alternate attacks players have something to say about it, and although Skrunk does have a bit of impact, they've still got a 3-on-4 to try and recover from, and the nades are holding them off for quite a while. Only now is the bomb going down. No, it's actually not. Yes, Slacks, a perfectly placed Molotov.
Yeah, that molly you can throw from the edge of long to kind of block on inner sight. It's perfectly fine to give you at least a chance. And Slacks is pushed onto sight. Wait, what? He drops the bomb carrier again. Gambit youngsters ignoring the push, and all of a sudden Gambit youngsters, they know where the last guy is as well, and GY, they're in trouble. And what is happening? Well, certainly chaos, certainly commotion, certainly perhaps high emotions driving them to decisions that are not exactly the most effective. And good pop flash burns Stefan a little bit and blinds Slacks and Stefan both. A 1-on-2. 15 seconds though, time is everything, and Skrunk on short needs to stay alive. Stefan needs to survive on sight. Skrunk will fall, but oh my god, what a nerve-wracking moment there. As Stefan is able to pull it away, and it shows. Alternate Sacks not losing hope, even in the face of the greatest danger in this case. Oh, the spot though, perhaps a bit too eager, as Slacks will be able to drop to Exile. It's a 3-on-3 retake of A side. Gambit youngsters. Whoa! Yo, I want the replay of that production, please. That was... Wait, what?
They don't want to let this go at all. Send up the flash. Yeah, no, Slacks especially is stepping up big time right now. He doesn't want to let this slip away in the overtime. Inters, though, he also wants to have something to say about this one alongside his teammate. Shiro, though, going to fall immediately, and now it is all onto Inters. Able to drop it to the 1v1, and this time Stefan is not able to come out on top of it. It is going to be finished off by Gambit youngsters, but see, I mean, Slacks, obviously, he's been having serious impact. He's still ready now to try and hold down once this push comes in around middle, which is going to happen from a couple players at least. They want to get themselves this control. They want to work around in towards brackets, and with the flash coming over, although Slacks tries to catch the time, and he is a little bit off on the shot, so he will be dropped by Supra, and that is not a good start to this round for Alternate. Left in a 4-on-5 now to try and recover the situation and keep themselves alive in this map. But Cressy, he will be able to find one. They've spotted a couple players around this bomb site. They wanted to maybe even back away. But but unfortunately just being swung on. Alternate attacks take it straight to the face of Gambit youngsters with the fight. And now it's the 2-on-2, but Nafany, he has a perfect position in library, cuts off the rotation, and Skrunk now pinned in on default. There's not much to be done as he gets finished off, and with that Gambit youngsters, they make it a reality. They make the comeback happen, and they send us onto a map number 3. Yeah, although they do have one player creeped out up in towards green train already, and I don't think Stefan's going to be expecting this at all. Okay, and nearly had a bit of time to react right there, but gets dropped by the Glock and enters. He's going to keep on going. Nafany assistant from Popdog. They've got the A bomb site already. Oh no, the bomb has been lost on B, so they really need to be able to get this trade, and unfortunately it doesn't happen. It's down now to a 2-on-2. Make that the 2-on-1.
Slacks.
As Slacks keeps on going. Enters left alone. He was the man who kicked it off, and he's going to have to be the one to end it as well.
To finish it, he has to go for the 4K, the quad. Oh, I think he was just spotted. Yes, he was. Midabit will take his chance. A little bit of presence indeed towards Ivy itself, and the bomb included. There comes the smoke on towards back 6, trying to isolate perhaps back lines of CT. Pop flash over. There will be a push through the smoke, though, and that is going to be Shiro with the first. But Midabit and Slacks have different ideas and agendas, and towards middle, Inches has to win this duel if they don't want to get completely obliterated in the gun round itself. Through the smoke again, this time Exile wins that duel. Perfectly so, and Slacks and Mirbit left alone. It wouldn't be the first time they're having to clutch it, though, and the bomb's going to be dropped as Slacks is isolated. Supra able to win the duel. They clear the back lines, an old train. A quick drop by Mirbit, though, might provide a quick insight. A quick
on the back of the bomb train, gonna try and transition across. Unfortunately, though, just as Mirbit comes out of Pop Dog. Yeah, the up in the back line as well as Mirbit just hiding up in the smoke. This certainly could be dangerous. Oh, I think he made a little bit of noise, unfortunately, right there, but it seems to work out. Shoots off a few shots, allows for Stefan to come in on that flank alongside now being joined by Mirbit, and that round is done real quick.
Weaker when it comes to a chance of retaking. Looking at their double up setup again, it certainly puts up a risk, although I say the risk is high, but the reward is even better. At the end of the day, again, the advantage being built here for aTTaX, though the response, or at least the rotation, not existent yet.
Oh, that nade. Not as dangerous as I thought it was going to be, but it still actually slowed them down to allow that peak to come in from the Skrunk, so yeah, as you said, it was a little bit slow in the rotation, but it does eventually get into place, and now they need to just make sure they deal with this player up close to connector, which they actually aren't able to do. I was going to say, if they got inters, if they were able to at least trade it, then they should be fine. But with a kill also being found now from the bomb site, this has just unraveled for alternate attacks. So it looks like Gambit, they will finally get around on the board. They're able to go ahead and welcome themselves to the server. Yeah, no, this is looking like it certainly could be a much, much better game here from Gambit youngsters. They had the slow start, but as I said, they've certainly stabilized. And oh, yeah. God, Shiro, he's about to go mad right now, just popping straight out of Pop Dog. Unfortunately, there's a player for the CT side already up close to main, so he was able to pretty easily pull his focus around. He had Slacks watching A main itself for him, and who is continuing to do it, and with that getting killed, he's already gone ahead and dropped the second. I think that was the bomb now that's been dropped in main as well, leaving just the final 2 Gambit youngsters players in towards Pop Dog in a pretty awkward spot where they're even being spammed down, where Gambit youngsters can try and immediately bounce back in the following round. Yeah, and he is. Unfortunately, wasn't posted up as they were initially crossing over, so Cressy ends up getting caught up close, and now Slacks is under so much pressure. The fact that he even got one there wasn't looking too likely. And unfortunately, his teammates are not going to be able to step up for anything really either. Sorry, you're starting to feel good enough, especially considering how it was going in the beginning. Anything above that, obviously, you want to try and find it. You would be feeling fantastic.
Yeah.
But they're kind of reaching that minimum mark at least. Damn! Slacks, you shot both of them in the nuts.
Oh my god, no, never mind. My eyes deceive me. Deceive it to me. As Exile, I thought he might have gone for the plant. The bomb is actually yet to reach the site. Even Exile close range. Slacks will have something to say about that. The bomb's going to be dropped as Shiro is finding the return, though. Look at the time. They've ran out of it. Gambit youngsters, are they really going to be attempting this? Well, the answer is yes, but the actual answer is they're not really going to be succeeding. Like, if they wanted to, they're going to be failing. There's no point in them anymore to try this out. They don't have a choice, and, well, there we go. That's going to be the round gone. One hell of a 40 seconds on the clock. Through the back lines of CT they go. And they might want it to veer off towards the B site, but they've been spotted. Shiro, though, replies at least. Yet still, the B site will be under attack. And aTTaX, where's the reply? Where's the rotation? Where is anything right now? They're a little bit oblivious to this by the looks of it. And Mirbit, oh, if he walks into CT, he's dead. Yeah, Shiro has an angle. And of course, Shiro has the kill. Simple as that. Second as well. Well, the third overall. And aTTaX, one by one, they're falling like flies. As I said, 3 ops. Not really a way to play this round.
No, clearly backfires, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get much of a recovery either. Both of those players spotted coming down the ramp, and with that finished off, Gambit youngsters up.
The bomb going to be planted. Will be lined up, though. Oh,
Ooh,
through the smoke
what a
we
save.
go.
Cressy was on 2 health as he was getting spammed.
Oh, yeah. That plant would have been denied. Also, the round itself would have been in dire trouble if they had not gotten the kill and, well, saving Cressy in the process. More precisely, Steph in that case. Supra, good nade, though. Timing it and positioning it to perfection. Counter smoke, pressing the bomb. Now forcing a reaction from the CTs. Or, excuse me, the Ts. Knife, Stefan the wrong way. And he knives him, Scrunk as well. They get the knife down. And it's back into a 2-on-2. They have a kit available. Exile finds one. The knifes again. Ah! The knifes again! The knifes
Jesus.
again! And we had 3 knives in 1 round. Oh yeah, that must have been a little bit devastating there. At least in terms of their overall feelings. Scrunk gonna be caught though. Exile, great start. The M4 that he's able to push into this round, actually already finding a little bit of return investment. Cressy, close range. Oh, he's gonna see one. That's Nafania. Unfortunately, Intez is ready to respond, and luckily enough, Gambit youngsters still have a pretty decent position to defend from. Shiro, the scout, and the tag. Stefan drops dead. Oh, he's gonna get the headshot on Slacks as well. That's the op out. And as you said, it's a little bit risky to be pulling up the op.
Even for Shiro. So basically, they were like, oh, you got 2 knife kills? Thanks, we'll at least take the weapon you bought with that. Cheers, bro.
Cheers for the weapon, man.
We'll see if they're able to keep that up. They got some good damage off the back of the nades in the beginning of this round there, and have been able to get themselves actually a man advantage. Cressy gets the 1 trade, sure, but that's it. He even takes a bit of damage for his efforts, and Slacks had been naded up towards the beginning as well, so...
Very decent damage, though not enough really to bring them down to physical HP, but enough for the M4s to finish the job, perhaps easier than believed. Mirbit, unfortunately not ready for Supra's post-attack, and it's back to a 1-on-2 as Cressy's able to isolate Supra, or at least bring him down to bear. It's Shiro and Exile he has to deal with, and the flank, and a little bit of a bait by Shiro. That execution, some of the players were not even yet on site when 2 were already dead on site itself with the bomb included. Slacks and Mirbit though, fair enough, the push into upper brownholes will have been read like an open book. Scrunk just walks out of main with the electro smoke and sandwich smoke, nobody giving him a peace of mind, and Nefani and Shiro are left like a... It's like that, it's like a snap of the fingers, and we are back to square one here for Gambit youngsters. They start...
But this gives a chance. If Alternate can manage to break the economy even once for Gambit youngsters, then it can be very difficult to recover here on the CT side. It will be putting them in a spot where it'll have to be flawless from that point onwards.
Oh. Scrunk, ouch.
Got all the way out the default. He had that player pinned in, wasn't able to get really any shots connected after the initial few, that is.
That's kind of what baffles me the most, right? He gets onto site, yet the rest of his teammates being held behind in place by Molotovs and utilities alike. It's a surprising way and surprising decision that he actually goes for that aggressive of a move, even after knowing he's not having any support behind all of that. Slacks the pixel angle. Nafani is able to reply though almost instantaneously, and Slacks will try to get the return, but this is a bit of a wonky decision, but I guess he gets away with it. Yeah, this unusual corner to choose for the save. Deep connector smoke.
Yeah, with that, I'd imagine it's going to be a bit more of an aggressive afterplant, but they of course need to find the opening quickly here on towards Super, who for now is able to just kind of lurk around on the middle of the bomb site. Stefan had no idea.
Oh.
Licks up to get the second, and looking for more, he'll take his time. And with that, will be rewarded for the trigger control. If you know what I'm saying. But Scrunk, he should have 1 kill. He spots Shiro,
Oh,
not going to shoot
he's about to
immediately.
isolate
Yeah, he
this-
should be able to spot Inters as well.
Yeah.
He needs to take the further away first. So yeah, he's going to go for Inters, then flick over. He has the back of the second. It's much easier. And now he has a 1-on-2. And does have time to go back in and try and get that bomb. Obviously
He
not
knows-
being quiet though, so the smoke, yeah, blocking that player up, but he's still able to move forward. I think he does hear it now, which he was aware of, and looking back being at least cautious. But Axel on the up, you need.
There will be a smoked up, and that is a death giveaway. Somebody is there. Supra, though, this time on top 3. Train is able to find himself one, although he's not dropping down. He's not relinquishing control. Exile going to be caught as well. That's the bomb down as planted, and Intez is caught in between Nafani and Shiro. Now their chances dwindle. Nafani coming in from the flank, though. Wait a second. This is the doable position he can still win on. Shiro drops Scrunk, although unfortunately Nafani had been lost. It's still Shiro that we're talking about here. A 1-on-2, Dean. This clutch round could work. Could.
Oh, yeah, he finds the kill up close on Cressy. Does have a kit as well to work with, and seems to have a bit of an idea, of course, about where that final player is. But let's see if he's going to be able to get this done now. Goes for the retrieval of the smoke, tosses it straight down on the bomb. 1 second remaining. He's not going to be able to stop it. Oh, he does. It was so close.
They most certainly do not, and well, let's see if that's going to be the case. Nafani, Shiro, oh boy, well, we were saying they don't want to repeat, but they don't do anything about it too much, and Shiro again, the second as well, as the A play is failing and falling apart. aTTaX, they put themselves on the line, they want to take this by force, and they fail to deliver on all accounts. Sure enough, 2 frags is something, but it's not even close to what matters in this case. Every time he shuts down a play or a player, unfortunately walks with his back to Shiro's angle, and 15-14. Look at Gambit youngsters. They're going to be gambling towards the B side. They know that there's danger for the site itself, and this execution, it feels more like a fake than anything. So if that's the case, it's perfectly executed by aTTaX. They're drawing attention. Those Scrunk guys a little bit too soon in Ivy, and that's a dead giveaway. Through pool, there's another player waiting. Exile drops Stefan as well, and it Slacks gets the shot but not the kill. And a 3-on-5, ladies and gentlemen, Gambit youngsters, I think they're about to pull it off again. Cressy is good for 1, but 11 seconds, not enough time, that's it! That's Slacks isolated, and that is OT confirmed. We are going the full distance here.
To come back in and get this victory. I believe that the arm may have been slightly spotted right there. It gave it away slightly earlier to Super than he would have got the info otherwise, and gave the ability for Nafani at that moment to push in towards upper. As you see, controlling that area makes it so difficult for the teams to move forward, and indeed they were struggling, not even able to take out that upper initially on the middle of the bomb site until Slacks comes
Both players coming in from CT, but Intis has already sneaked on past so close. Oh, this angle, if Slacks is spotted, oh, he's watching Evan. The angle for Slacks could not be better. His off angle so unpredictable. A wall of smoke's being built around the smoke. Gambit youngsters coming in close. Cressy going to be caught early on site. It's Stefan with the M4, though he has yet to be seen. And Mirbit and Stefan will deliver a little bit, although backside Nafani pulls on through. And still a 3-on-3 to be had.
Oh, a little close there on the spam, but yeah, Inter's just about able to creep past, and with that actually get himself into a pretty good position now for the afterplant to be able to hold off Ivy. The flash comes over, but he also has Nafani who's going to fly off the ladder to help him out once needed as soon as the contact is taken, so that'll be near impossible for the op to actually deal with. So this is going to be tough. This is not going to be an easy retake at all right now for alternate aTTaX, and you can see that is pretty much confirmed as their numbers continue to diminish. Mirbit left in a 1-on-3, and this time around at least alternate are not going to be able to make the clutch happen. It was no longer possible. The bomb was pretty much gone.
Usually you want to counter-aggress the other position so you're able to pressure them into a defensive posture, or at least you can punish them for being over-aggressive. And right now they're going to be taking over B side. This is actually pretty good. They have decent spots to work with. Now
yeah, especially when they've already been damaged up, or at least one of them has quite dramatically. No kills as of yet, but eventually Axel is the one who kicks off this after-plan. Scrunk in with a trade elsewhere, but it's Axel who's looking for more, and he keeps on going. Not quite the 4K, but he's given Nafani a position where he probably has this. The molly and the nade going in. The smoke down to try and help and allow for the defuse.
No time.
But as you said, no time. It cannot be done. Gambit youngsters have managed to close it out. Just that molly and the nade going in, delaying the extra couple of seconds. It confirms the victory. And as I said, Gambit youngsters, they were behind on every single one of these maps.